So now that we've all had a chunk of time with Halo Infinite multiplayer since the early launch of it, I wanted to focus this video and talk about some of the bad things, some of the cons, because I think the obvious, or the good things are pretty obvious for the most part, and I've already talked about them during the tech preview, where I feel like the gameplay feels really good, and that hasn't changed. I feel like the game feels really, really fun. It's really enjoyable. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's honestly some of the most fun I've had with an FPS multiplayer in a long time, to be quite frank. And, you know, they take that kind of classic Halo feel and modernize it just enough, right? Halo 5, I think they were trying to do that. They went a little bit overboard. They kind of lost that classic Halo touch to it. They reeled it back, and with Halo Infinite, I feel like we got that good balance where it feels like a classic Halo game, but there are some, you know, enough new things to kind of modernize it and all that good stuff as well. So again, it's going to sound like I'm maybe complaining, so I did want to preface this by saying that I am enjoying my time with it, but I think there is still a lot of things they could improve, because at the core of it all, it does feel kind of bare bones. That said, before we continue this video, if you do enjoy it, do leave it a like. It definitely helps out the channel, helps more people see the videos. That's how YouTube works. It's kind of weird, but anyways, if you do enjoy it, do that. If you don't like it, that's fine. You can dislike it or do whatever you want, and make sure you stick around for more gaming content, more Halo content, baby. It's gonna be a good year. So one of the first things I want to talk about is the fact that we only technically have 3 modes. We have, oh, I guess you could say 4 if you want to include Bot Boot Camp. But we have Bot Boot Camp, we have Quick Play, we have Big Team Battle, and we have Ranked Arena. There's not a lot of choices in here, so you can't really choose a specific game mode. If you were to go to Quick Play, for example, you could go to the game list, and then you see all the, you know, game modes that are kind of included in here, and all the different maps and whatnot. But if you were to click on one of them, for example, it would just bring you to a custom game. And in the custom game, I mean, that's obviously not online at that point, so you can't really choose your game. The other thing that I realized is there's a lot of game modes missing. For example, one big one, SWAT. SWAT's not in here at launch. Now, again, these are things they're probably going to add, you know, kind of post-launch, but again, it's the idea that at launch, it is very, very bare bones. It feels like the most bare bones Halo we've had to date. Now, I know people are going to say, well, technically, we're in the beta phase, you know, it's kind of pre-launched, they launched it early, but even then, I think that the game would have launched with the same content. I guess we'll see in a couple weeks, you know, if they add anything else, but as of right now, that's pretty much all you got to choose from. You could play against bots, you could play Quick Play, which is going to cycle through a bunch of different game modes. Big Team Battle, same thing, it's going to cycle through a bunch of game modes. Ranked Arena, again, that makes more sense for it to cycle through game modes automatically. I will say that Ranked is a lot of fun. I don't usually have a lot of fun with Ranked mode, but I've after my placement matches, I actually hit Platinum 3, and I'm close to Platinum 4, so I'm having a blast with that personally. I like the ranking. I don't know exactly what goes into the ranking system, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. I guess, you know, that's one thing that I would say that, you know, if they haven't really clarified exactly, maybe I just missed it, you guys can let me know. That would be nice. But the point is, the modes, there's just not a lot of variety to really choose from, and there's modes missing at launch. The next part is sort of like a 2 birds in 1 stone, but they are also kind of individual topics. So first off, we have the XP system, right? The XP, the ranking system, it's just not good. I'm not talking about ranked play. I'm talking about, you know, there's no player XP. I personally love to grind for a player XP, right? Like, you can get XP every single game, and you rank up your character. Your character, you know, levels up, you know, after you get so much XP. There's none of that. There's basically just your battle pass to rank up. That's why I say it's kind of like 2 birds, 1 stone, but they are separate topics, because they should be technically separate topics. There's no actual XP besides challenges. That's the other problem with this. So the first problem is that the only ranking system besides ranked play is your battle pass. And the other problem to that is the only way to rank up your battle pass is challenges, which are very, very tedious. They take a long time. They're very slow. If you look at some of the challenges here, just for an example, right? We have, you know, full commando. This is just my challenges, by the way, as of the time of recording this, right? You got, you know, complete a total control match. I have yet to see a total control match. I don't even know what total control is. I don't even know if it's in the game right now. I haven't seen it personally. If you guys know, let me know, because I've played probably like 7-8 hours of this game already, and this challenge is still not done. So I clearly have not played a total control match, and I played ranked. I played some big team battle. I've played some quick play. Maybe it's in one of those and it just hasn't come into rotation. I got really unlucky. The other one is destroy an enemy chopper. Now, I've actually done that technically, but because the enemy hopped out right as it was about to blow up, it didn't count towards the challenge. So it's kind of dumb in my opinion, right? So some of these challenges are just really tedious and almost impossible to get, and they take absolutely forever. Just for 200 XP, which you need basically 1,000 XP to rank up every single level. It seems to stay 1,000 for every level in the battle pass, at least as of right now. I'm only level 2, and like I said, I played 8 hours and I'm only battle Pass level 2. It's taking so long to rank up. It is unreal. The other thing that I don't like is you can see right here in the Battle Pass that I'm hovering over a thing called Challenge Swap. Now, the only way to swap out some of these tedious, horrible challenges is if you unlock one of these challenge swaps, which you can either get in the Battle Pass or, surprisingly, if we go over to the shop, you can actually buy them with real money. That's kind of whack, in my opinion. I don't like that. I think that's a really poor decision. Sure, you want to have XP boosts that you can unlock in the Battle Pass? Great. You want to have even XP boosts that you can purchase in the store? Sure, whatever. But to have challenge swaps, to swap out some of your challenges that are not really good, these are things that I've seen just for free in other games that I don't understand why this is something that you have to unlock. You have to get a special item for. Now, I would say, if anything, a middle ground would be, okay, let's say that you give us, 1 or 2 every single day for free, or so many per week for free. And then if we want any additional ones, then we need to either unlock them in the Battle Pass or buy them in the shop. In that scenario, it would at least make a little more sense. I still wouldn't be a huge fan of that system, but it would make more sense of what it is right now. Right now, like I said, getting these challenges done is super tedious. Ranking up your Battle Pass, there is 100 tiers. I've played 8 hours and I'm only tier 2. That is not good. That is not good at all. Now, the other side of things is, yes, if you can see at the top left corner right here, the season 1 actually lasts from November 15th until May 2nd, which is a little weird because they initially said that season 2 was going to happen. I think they said it was going to happen early 2022, and then season 3 was going to be like mid 2022, and that's when Forge and what was the other thing that was supposed to come to the game? I can't remember the other thing right now at the top of my head, but there were some other things they're supposed to add to the game in season 2 and season 3. But now apparently season 1 is going to be lasting, what is that, like 6-7 months? That's a long time. Now, given they did say that they're going to have these different events, which one of them is actually going to be starting just next week at the time of recording this. There's going to be an event, and these events are going to be ways that you can earn some, in-game rewards as well. They're going to have special rewards for these events. That's really cool. I look forward to that. We'll talk about that more when the first event happens, but as of right now, it's still like, I don't know, there's not a lot to grind for. At the time of recording this video, the only thing really to grind for is your Battle Pass, which is super tedious, and your ranked play, right? If you go to actually ranked play, which ranked play is not for everybody, it gets pretty sweaty in there, I'll admit. And that's the only other way to really grind towards anything. Besides that, it's very bare bones. Again, I understand things are going to be added at launch, things are going to be tweaked and whatnot, post launch, I mean, but at launch, it's very bare bones, and it is the most basic, most bare bones Halo experience that I think we have had ever, quite frankly. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember, anything else, being kind of this simple. Like I said, I don't want to make these complaints sound like I don't like the game, because I have a lot of fun with the game, or I'm having a lot of fun with the game rather, but these are things that I feel like are problematic, and they really need to be addressed as soon as possible, because they are taking away from the experience, and in the long run will only hurt the experience. I really hope that they will, kind of listen to community feedback. They will add an XP, system of some sort or whatnot, because right now this is just not really good. But what happens when people are like, okay, I want something to grind towards now, right? Which I'm already seeing kind of start happening over on Twitter, on social media and all that good stuff. I'm seeing people start to talk about like, okay, I'm trying to grind towards my Battle Pass, but it's very slow. It's very tedious. It's very annoying. So we need something else to grind for, right? There's other games that there are a lot of things to grind towards. They have included a lot of different ways to grind towards this and grind towards that and this and that. And I think that's a good thing to have, right? You want to give some people a reason to grind towards something. And right now, the only thing I feel like I can grind towards is ranked play. So I do think that's a little bit, problematic, like I said. The other thing I guess that is worth noting alongside the lack of modes is, I guess, a little bit of a lack of maps. There's actually not that many maps at launch, which I was surprised. I thought there'd be a little bit more. Right at the time of recording, we basically have like 10 maps, but a couple of them are specifically for big team battle, and they're very similar. At least they look very similar, which is fragmentation and high power. I don't know if those are the same map, but like different parts of the map, but it basically looks like the same kind of environments, the same general map, for the most part. The most of the variety is in the other normal maps, right? Like Aquarius and Bazaar and Behemoth and Deadlock and Live Fire, Launch Site, Streets, and Recharge. And those maps are great. I have a lot of fun with those, especially Streets. That's probably my favorite map so far, or at least one of them. There's some good maps in here. I just think we need more. And they will add more down the line, obviously, but as of right now, you know, there's not a lot. As for the modes, we basically only have, you know, CTF, we have Oddball, we have Slayer, we have, I think, Stronghold, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Stronghold. We have, you know, I think, is that it? I don't know, Stockpile, and this map called, or this mode called Total Control, which I still haven't seen in rotation. So there's a few modes, but again, more variety would be nice. And again, this game is going to develop over time. We're talking about at launch, right? This is at launch. You know, we're not talking about 6 months down the line. We're not talking about a year down the line. Obviously, they're going to be adding more and more. I think their plan, like I said, is to have this game kind of last for 10 years and, you know, develop it and kind of keep adding and growing and evolving it over the course of the, you know, the time period of the next so many years. But at launch, it's a very bare bones experience, and I just really wish there would be more to do. And I hope sooner than later they add more to do, especially a progression system. You know, make the progression system easier and better for the battle pass. First of all, you know, have match XP, not just challenges. That is a bad decision. And the second thing, have some kind of player progression, not just the battle pass. The more kind of progression systems you have, in my opinion, the better. Have your events, have your battle pass, and have your player progression, and we would be perfect. And then your ranked play. That's perfect in my opinion. But like I said, I am having a lot of fun with this game. I think it is cool that, you know, you have ways to unlock all these cool different aesthetics, whether you choose to purchase some of them in the shop, which again, some of those I wish were a little bit cheaper. I know there's a lot of stores that, you know, charge 10, 15, 20 bucks for some of these skins, you know, in other games, but I've always thought that was a little bit too pricey. I think that, you know, it'd be better if it was a little bit cheaper than that. So that is another con, I guess, I can throw in there. But I do like that there's a variety of aesthetics, right? You could unlock them through the battle pass, through these events they're going to be having, through the shop if you purchase them. And there's different ways. So that's a cool thing. But there are some problems at launch making it feel bare bones, and I just hope that they address it sooner than later. But like I said, I'm having a blast with it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you think of this list. Let me know if you guys have anything to add to it or take away from it, or what are your overall thoughts. But at the end of the day, it's a good experience, and hopefully they evolve it and they just, you know, make it a much better, much fuller experience in the near future. So, well, my friends, that is it for me. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know how you guys are enjoying Halo Infinite multiplayer so far. The campaign is just around the corner. I'm going to play through the campaign here on the channel as well. I'm going to continue to stream the Halo Infinite multiplayer over on Twitch. If you guys ever want to check that out, links in the description below. And I'll see you guys soon in another one. Stay safe, stay well, and until then, game on.